medium of filing Medicare claims. But first, we're off to Malibu Beach to meet a Hollywood stuntman.
Every morning, rain or shine, year-round, he's on the beach by 6:45, sometimes jogging to loosen up the muscles and get the juices flowing. Almost always a swim. After all, with California's Malibu Beach as a backyard, how could anyone not start the day with a little body surfing? For most of us, it would be all the exercise we'd ever need. For 76-year-old Paul Stader, it's just a warm-up. His day is going to get a lot rougher. It may look like an extreme example of the generation gap, but this is what Paul Stader has been doing for a living for over 50 years. He's a Hollywood stuntman and stunt teacher.
Perfect. All right, good.
Who came to California from Kansas in 1932, hoping to swim in the Olympics. Paul didn't make the team.
I didn't want to go back to University of Kansas again after seeing, as the old song, after they've seen Paris, which was Los Angeles and the area and the beach. So I came down to Santa Monica and got a job as lifeguard. But I met Buster Crabbe and Johnny Weissmuller and people like that, and I learned to do a high dive off the La Monica Ballroom, which is around 80 feet. And I used to dive off like every Sunday afternoon, and there was a lot of people down, and someone from Sam Goldwyn studio saw me do the dive, and went back to the studio and talked with John Ford, who was directing the film Hurricane. And I ended up doing the high dives in the picture, which was supposed to be John Hall. Made about $3,000 or $4,000 in about 10 days, and I said, this is for me. I don't want to be a lifeguard anymore, I want to be a stuntman. So that's what started me out.
In his 51 years as a stuntman, Paul has flipped, fallen, and fought in hundreds of TV shows and movies. Doubled for Johnny Weissmuller, Cary Grant, Rock Hudson, and Robert Mitchum. Coordinated stunts for a line of heroes that stretches from Tarzan to Rocky, and staged the underwater action for the Poseidon Adventure, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, and the TV series Sea Hunt.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Joe. Hit that.
But this is what Paul loves most, teaching the next generation of daredevils.
Action. Well, I started about 30 years ago doing this because we needed new people and new blood in the business, and there's a lot of fine athletes out there that would like to be stunt people, and they have the nerve to do it, and they have the ability to do it. We work hard on the shoulder rolls, and we work hard on doing the punches correctly. I'm a stickler for the basic fundamentals.
Today, Paul is working with Janny Fullerton, Mark Dirksey, Don Mazzella, and Joe Murphy.
He's done more than words can really say, but what he's done for me is he's given me some training, some knowledge, some experience, some insights into a business that an awful lot of people dream about, and very few people are able to make it.
He's an incredibly giving, gifted, loving person, very talented, and just a heart as, I don't know, as big as this world.
Well, I don't know about this.
For Paul Stader, things are pretty much the way he'd like for them to be.
Number one, in my case, I'm happy. I've got a wonderful wife, and I'm very enthusiastic about the business. This is my 51st year, and I'm still enthusiastic. I like the business, or I'd really retire. I still want to stay in the business. Of course, stuntman's life in the motion picture business generally is not as long as mine. I've been in an awful long time. There was a film made called Cocoon. There were so many wonderful people in that film that were in their late 60s, maybe early 70s. And I think they showed the picture world and the movie world just what older people could do. And the public is accepting them, and they love them.